Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by BettingPros. You know me, no voice, no guys. Me, really real, Villanelle, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. All right. If you listened to just Fast Break Bets yesterday, you got a nice little sweep going there. Handle business. I didn't hit the social media play I dropped later, but we did go, what is that, 2-0? Yeah, 2-0 in our picks here. Spurs team total under 109.5 survived after the Houston Rockets did literally everything they could. And I mean everything they could to blow that team total. I'm talking about we were cruising towards the end of the game, didn't have to worry. The Spurs were going under, and then they let up a 16-4 run at the end of the game. And it's very, very nerve-wracking going into the final minute with they had 106 in the final minute of the game left. Luckily, a couple of missed threes, good rebounding on the Rocket side of ball. We didn't have to worry about it, but I was almost came up here very, 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 very angry. But the read was a good read. It hit. We might go back to a team total under today. So let's talk about that later. DeMar DeRozan goes over his 23.5 PA. I'm so sorry for the confusion. I had PRA written on the sheet. I said PRA in the show yesterday the whole time. I was talking about PA. But honestly, it doesn't matter anyway because guess what? If you took DeMar DeRozan PA, you took DeMar DeRozan PRA, you took DeMar DeRozan PR, RA, doesn't matter. It all hit. DeMar DeRozan had a good game and he was able to get through the numbers. So very, very good for us to get to DeMar DeRozan to hit that 23.5 right there. If you took the PRA, which was 27.5, 28.5, something like that, you still cashed there too. So good day for DeMar DeRozan and being able to help us out there. And then James Harden had a stinker. He had nothing. I mean, nothing. He had 0 points at the half as well. And then he ended up with 30 for the game. But yeah, James Harden didn't do anything in the RA for us, and it just was all bad. So, bad read there. All right, let's get into two more plays that I have for you today. But just a quick reminder that we are still giving away that pristine auction jersey. Alonzo Mourning. Shout out to our guys over there at Pristine Auction for hooking us up. And now we are giving away this Alonzo Mourning signed jersey. All you have to do is subscribe over there to our Betting Pros YouTube channel and comment on any Fast Break Bets video, and you'll have a chance to win that jersey. Just subscribe and comment on any video. That is your entry, and you'll have a chance to win that jersey that we will be giving away. And I promise you, we are actually giving away next week. We are giving away this jersey next week. So make sure you get your entries in today. All right. Let's talk about it here. We've got my first play. The Charlotte Hornets are traveling to Dallas to play the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas is laying 10.5 here. The total sitting there at 223.5. Where do I start? Okay, so Dallas is coming off of a loss. So let's talk about that. Dallas is coming off of a loss, actually back-to-back losses. They lost to the Lakers and they lost to was that the Nuggets game? No, Warriors. Lost to the Warriors and they lost to the Lakers. Whereas you have Charlotte, who's been getting absolutely destroyed over their past really 4 games. They haven't been able to score the basketball at all. They've had one of the worst offense. No, I lied. Not one of the worst offense in the NBA in the last 5 games. 30th in offensive efficiency, 30th in offensive points per game. You look at what they've done in the last few games. You got 92 points to the Warriors, 88 points to the Sacramento Kings in that horrible Kings defense. 88 points to the Portland Trailblazers. They got to 115 in Denver, but 100 points in that win against the Lakers. They've really, really been struggling to score the basketball, and this has been happening for a while with them. LaMelo Ball has been in and out of lineup, in and out of lineup. It looks like he's going to be able to go here, but it really, really hasn't meant anything because Charlotte overall just has not been able to score. Meanwhile, this is a little bit of a desperation spot for Dallas coming off back-to-back losses here. They're trying to tread water. Just continue to tread water, look good, and survive until Anthony Davis comes back. That's what their mindset is. And so let's get into a couple of the numbers and what I like here. I do like the under in the game. I think that this feels like an under game. It sets up to be an under game. And with the fact that the Charlotte Hornets have literally not been able to score the basketball, I'm just kind of daring them to prove to me that they can put the ball in the bottom of the net. And so you look at what they've been doing these past few games. Last 5 games, the Hornets have gone 2-3 to the total. Mavs have also gone 2-3 to the total. Hasn't been very good either side here. You got the Charlotte Hornets when they've had a total that is 223 or greater, and we got 223 right now. Again, 223 sounds like a lot for a Charlotte team that's literally has not been able to score the basketball. When they've gotten a line this big, they are 11-17 to the total, 39%. So very, very good numbers to the under there. We're looking at Dallas coming off of a loss, and the Dallas Mavericks off of a loss are 12-15 to the total, 44%. So very good numbers there. Dallas is really, really good on the season at home as a favorite to the under. Hold on, let me pull that number up for you real quick. So the Dallas Mavericks this season are 6-11 to the under as a home favorite. You could even look at the first half numbers. I mean, the first half numbers as a home favorite, they're 2-15 to the under. 15-2 to the under, 2-15 to the over. So really, really good under team in the first half. I don't have a first half line available to me, but I think that's a good angle of looking at this as well. Look at the Charlotte Hornets this season, and they've been an under season, basically. I mean, an under team year round. They're 10-14 as a road dog to the under. They are 16-34 as a dog in general to the under. So they have been really, really bad team in terms of scoring the basketball. A lot of these games have gone under. They've gotten some high totals and they've gone under. You look at and I told you Dallas Mavericks coming off of a loss. They've been really, really locked in to the under. Now, I am concerned about this because I think that there's a possibility, especially looking at how the last 3 games that have gone for the Charlotte Hornets, that they let the Dallas Mavericks do every part of the scoring and pull this over. I was kind of wondering why this line hasn't dropped already. I saw it go to 223. So I watched it go from 223.5 to 223, and then it came back up to 223.5. Maybe that could be potentially a spot where, hey, Dallas just completely steamrolls this team, and it doesn't matter what Charlotte does. Dallas forces this to go over. So what I'm going to do here is do the same thing that I did with San Antonio Spurs. I'm going to take the Charlotte Hornets team total under here, and I'm going to dare the Charlotte Hornets to go out there and score over 106 points. They have not scored. They have only scored over 106 points in 3 of their 12 games this month. So 3 of their 12 games in the month of February, that is it. That is the only time that they have gone over 106 points here. So I'm daring the Charlotte Hornets and just daring them to be able to score the basketball consistently against this Dallas Mavericks team, who I think could have a really good bounce back spot here at home against the Charlotte Hornets. So I'm taking, and even if they don't, there's still a possibility that Charlotte does not go over this number and they just play some really, really good defense, similar to that Lakers game that they won outright 100-97. So I am going with the under for the team total of the Charlotte Hornets, under 106.5. That is play number 1. Play number 2, I'm actually giving you another under, which a little scary, but I'm going with Jimmy Buckets. And I'm not taking his points prop, but I'm going under the 11.5 RA here for Jimmy Butler here today against the Orlando Magic. Prop bet cheat sheet play of the day here. It's a 5-star play. Let me see here. They have him projected to go for 9.3 rebounds and assists here in this game. Now, he's been really solid. He's gone over this number in 3 of the last 5 games here for the Warriors. You've seen this resurgence of the Warriors with Jimmy Butler with Jimmy Butler on this team in the lineup. They kind of gotten that win, especially getting past the All-Star, not the All-Star, the trade deadline, and knowing, hey, this is the group, these are the guys that we've got. And so the Warriors look like a completely different team. But I think that they're running into a different beast in the Orlando Magic, at least on the defensive side of the ball. This is the number one defense in the NBA right now, and they're playing like it. And so I think that this is a spot where the assists are not going to be as consistent for Jimmy Butler because of the length and the defense of the Orlando Magic. I think they're going to make life a lot tougher on everybody. I think that we're going to see a lot of bigs in the game. I mean, look, think of the Orlando Magic, and they're sporting 3 7-footers basically out there in the lineup. You got Paolo Banchero, who's basically a 7-footer. You got Franz Wagner, who's basically a 7-footer. You got Wendell Carter, who is a 7-footer. Gogo Batazzi is going out there in the lineup. And to combat that, Steve Kerr has thrown out his bigs into his lineup. So we saw a lot of posts earlier in the season when these two teams matched up. We saw a lot of Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney was dominant on the glass when they played earlier in this season. So we've seen a lot of those guys. And I don't think that we're going to see a lot of Jimmy Butler in terms of hanging around the rim, grabbing rebounds. I think he's going to be playing defense, trying to contest those Orlando Magic wings and make life hard on them. I think when we get to the offensive side, it's going to be tough for assists to go around. When you look at the Orlando Magic, they are the number one team in the NBA in terms of limiting their opponents in the rebounds and assist department. They actually haven't allowed anybody to go over this number in the last 3 games for the Orlando Magic. So I think this is a really good spot for us to fade Jimmy Butler in the rebounds and assists. If he does anything in this game, it's going to be him having to be a scorer and find a way to get points on not Georgia, but on this Golden State side of the ball here, because I think this is going to be a smash mouth type of defensive game where points are going to be at a premium. So I don't think that the rebounds are going to be there. I think, a lot of the other bigs are going to suck that up and make it really, really tough on Jimmy Butler and some of these smaller forwards and guards to go out there and get rebounds. So I like the under on 11.5 rebounds and assists. This is juiced at minus 130 right now. I'm not going to be surprised if people are listening to this in the morning and it's already gone down to 10.5. I still like it at 10.5. Prop bet cheat sheet has us at 9.3, so you feel kind of safe there. Hopefully, we kind of stay in that 9 to 8 to 7 range here with this prop. It may be a little sweaty, but I think this just seems like a good number, and I'm playing the number. Jimmy Butler's of his last 3 games only one of his last 3 games has he gone over this prop against the Miami Heat. I mean, not against the Miami Heat, against the Orlando Magic. I know that was with the Miami Heat, but it's the same premise of there's a lot of bigs on the Orlando Magic side of the ball. This is one of the number 1 rebounding teams in the league, one of the top teams holding teams against assists in the league. So I think that things are going to be tough for Jimmy Butler here today. Maybe a lot more scoring, a little bit less of the other stuff. So give me under 11.5 rebounds and assists for Jimmy Butler, and under for the Charlotte Hornets on their team total under 106.5, under 11.5 RA for Jimmy Butler. Those are the 2 plays for fast break bets. All right, I'm at really real __. Make sure you give me a follow on X, and make sure you also give me a follow at BettingPros on X and TikTok, at BettingPros NFL on Instagram, and YouTube.com/BettingPros, where subscribe, comment any fast break bets video, and have a chance to win an Alonzo Mourning signed jersey next week. So make sure you get into that contest. With that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. We are out of here.